Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Far Changing Tides. There we go. There we go. There's the screen. Woo. It's a bit loud. Let me turn that down a bit. Not like too much, because the music on this game is amazing. But I don't want to like blow up my own eardrums. Oh, and this is the wrong resolution, and everything else is good. Perfect. Back. Continue. There we go. So I played the demo for this a couple weeks ago. Really enjoyed it. Thought it was great. I played the prequel to this years ago when that came out, and it was amazing. And also, mega shout out to, I guess, two different groups. Okomotive for, I guess, sponsoring my demo check through. But also Acme Boy for sending me a copy of the game. Because yeah, I've been looking forward to this one for a while. More or less ever since they, since the previous game came out. Now, is this the same character? Because I don't know if they are. Because I know in Far Lone Sails, like, you end the game reaching the coast, but this is definitely not coast. This is a little bit, I don't want to say, like, further inland. There is land. A to jump. But I don't have an A button. I have an X button. Huh. Right before I launched this, I was having controller problems, so that might come up a couple of times. But yeah, tried this earlier on Game Pass. Game straight up will not start if your PS5 controller is plugged in. That's weird. That's weird. Also, where did the boy come from if they just kind of fell into the water here? This whole place looks like it's been wrecked for a while. I would have expected to see them crash out of something, but I don't know. Whatever. I'm not going to think about it too much. Yeah, no spoilers. Yes. Well, okay. So, as far as no spoilers go, I'm going to have to spoil Far Lone Sails. There's no way around that. But yeah, please do not spoil anything big for me. All of the questions I generally ask are rhetorical. You would not believe how many people do not realize that, like, hey, rhetorical questions are a thing. There we go. Yeah, PlayStation controllers really just dislike anything that isn't PlayStation. Yeah, I've had kind of mixed success playing games on Steam in big picture mode. It seems to work reasonably well, for the most part. There's a couple games that don't. I'm trying to remember which one didn't. But the reason why I'm using a PlayStation 4 controller is because I shattered one of the shoulder buttons on my Xbox One controller by playing too much Elden Ring, trying to mash R1. You know, rapier spam doesn't work so great because it destroys those controllers like nobody's business. So I've switched over to a PlayStation controller because the bumpers on those are a little bit more stable. Ooh, this is pretty. Damn it. I want to go back. I want to look. I want to behold. There we go. So, it looks like this might have been an automotive engineer to some degree. Or at least designer. I'm seeing a bunch of wheels and maybe some other stuff. And then also a painting of that woman. Anyway, plant. Farewell, plant. Oh. Plant don't sink. Kind of sink. Save the flower, deserves life. If I can rescue it, I will. Okay, but where's Plant? There's Plant. Come with me, Plant. You and I will go on a road trip. A water trip. We'll see how it goes. We had a unfortunate conversation with somebody that literally had never heard of a rhetorical question before. It might have been a language barrier thing, but they literally, with timestamps, went through the entire video answering every single one of my rhetorical questions with an actual hard truth backed up factual answer, which was unfortunately filled with spoilers. Luckily, it was for a game I had finished a long time ago, but it was kind of this odd situation of like, no, this is not... what? Okay. You know, this is not what I was looking for. Oh, hello. There's a whole thing down here. Water has texture. This water has all sorts of stuff going on. This game is gorgeous. If I remember right, Okamotive straight up were just like a bunch of college students or something that had made their previous game. Like right out of college or something to that extent. The fact that they've managed to make something this impressive. Okay. Oh, I see. This is how I drain. Got it. Oop. Okay, let's grab plant. I love the drawings in the background. The detail work on this game alone is impressive. It reminds me of Inside and a couple other walking simulators. And I think that's actually what it is. Like, this is a hyper-advanced walking sim, as far as I'm concerned. Where, yeah, for the most part, you're just going left to right. There's a little bit of extra puzzle. Oh. This is how we get our slick little diving helmet thing. Poor kid can't get it off now. That's actually a little worrying. Oh well, it's fine. Impressive anyway, the new vote. Licenses can't come cheap. I don't know. I know a lot of people are like cranky about de novo on this game, but from my perspective, this is not the kind of game where anti-piracy measures really seem like they're that bad. I think it's worse on a game like oh, it's open now. I think it's worse on a game like Guardians of the Galaxy or whatever, where you really need like hefty graphics programming. You know, for something small and light like this, it's pretty hard for the anti-piracy measures to actually like affect performance per se. The other thing I was gonna say though is gosh, I know it's easy to be like, well, piracy isn't that big of a deal, but I was actually looking at the developers of what game was it? It was the people that made Neurovoider, but it was their second game, and I'm trying to remember it exactly. And Monster Hunter World made it almost unplayable if you didn't have a 1080. Yeah. Oh, I did have it. Okay, cool. But anyway, so the developers of Neurovoider made a sequel, and I just cannot remember the name of it for the life of me. But they released their statistics, and I don't know how they were tracking it, but literally like 50% of the copies that like people had of their game on PC were pirated copies. And, you know, to some degree, like, pirates are gonna pirate no matter what, but, like, it's apparently, like, a really big issue on PC platforms. So I can't exactly say that, like, I don't know, the copy protection is necessarily unwarranted sometimes. As sad as it is. Scourgebringer, that's what it is. Yeah, that Scourgebringer apparently had some pretty bad piracy issues. Personally, as long as people end up buying the game at some point, it's worth it. I've just never been a fan of the mentality of, like, all games should be free, because, boy, I know a lot of game developers that most certainly do not have the income otherwise to pay the bills. I think maybe most of it just boils down to I really take a vehement disagreement with the idea of people pirating indie games, because these are all passion projects made by small people. You know, it's a little easier to excuse, like, oh gosh, you know, a big game by a big company where there's kind of a question of, like, you know, who even profits from it and whether or not the game's gonna be great. Like, I don't know, like the Marvel Avengers game, that feels like one of those where it was easy. easy to kind of justify a little bit from a decision perspective. It's like, you know, is the game going to be good or not? I don't know. Maybe pirate it first. I didn't. I wouldn't, but I can see why people would do it for that one. But it always feels like for an indie game, if you pirate it, you are literally just like robbing a person of potentially dinner. I don't like that as much. Might be a little long, or a little loud. I'll turn it down, great as the music is. Let's see, piracy started to become a problem once bigger companies stopped making demos. I don't know about that. The interesting thing is actually game demos often tend to turn people off of games more than anything else. Let's see. Wait, the game likes you standing on the tip of the ship, king of the world. What? Piracy is also helpful for lost media. Oh yeah, there's a completely different, like, there's a couple of different tiers of it, of like, I don't want to say, like, the allowable range of when it is okay, or at least not morally objectionable, to Yarhara game. One of the ones that I would say the easiest example would be like a game that is just no longer available anywhere on any storefront, or the studio is defunct and, you know, whoever owns it just hasn't used it for anything like that. Like there are definitely a lot of gray areas where you can actually make some headway on saying like, yeah, this is kind of okay. But I'm thinking, what's a good example? Right, I can zoom out a bit. Nice. What's a good example? Vagrant Story. Oddly enough, is available on the PS3. Kind of, that one's a little bit more of a gray area, because I really want to play Vagrant Story, but I don't... Oh, boy. Okay. I don't own Vagrant Story, but I very much want to play it. And so I'm just going to end up buying a PS3, but I really hope Square Enix just releases it on another platform. Because fundamentally, I don't know. I think that's a game that everybody should get access to at some point. Maybe. Let's see. For me, at least, in that case, games, in times like these where you have games that are so poorly optimized that if you haven't spent $10,000 on a computer, a demo helps a lot to figure out if performance works. That's valid. And honestly, I think demos are actually important. The reason why developers stopped putting out demos is because they actually do hurt sales. But as a consumer, I think demos are one of the best things ever. Though, I've found recently, what I do is kind of use demos as kind of confirmation bias. I just use the demo to see, like, confirm, like, yeah, I'm going to love Far Changing Tides. And then I played the first 20 minutes of it, and unfortunately that actually meant that I was kind of complacent and didn't get around to covering it until today. Let's see, I should probably keep this zoomed out. Because I know the game... Oh, I can even pan forward. The game likes to put traps that can hit my sails. And so I might as well have it, have the camera pan forward. And yeah, I can look underwater as well. I don't know how this child creature is capable of looking underwater just by zooming out. Like their mild omniscience is very strange. Okay. I've done this before. I know what I'm doing. No, I don't know. I think there's a lot of different arguments that could be made on the whole, like, demo versus Yarharing a thing. I've seen enough, like, extremely promising indie developers fail just because they couldn't pay the bills, and I'm always like, no. And so I feel like I'm kind of defensive of them in so many ways, because it's just like, boy, I sure would hate it if, you know, this game, for example, you know, if Okomotive had to shut down because not enough people actually felt like buying it. Always just feels bad to me. Right. That's what I was going to do. I haven't actually even broken this, because I know what the solution is before I actually have the problem. There we go. Child creature. Not something that people like you calling their kids. Trust me on that. Depends on the parents. I've definitely met some parents where I can call their kids child creature and they're totally cool with it. I'd say they've also got the Game Pass cash, haven't they? I'm not sure about how Game Pass works as far as like finances go. Because sometimes it's cool. It's great from the perspective of exposure, but I'm not actually sure if the money is good. I'd have to really talk to developers. From my perspective, I think the Game Pass is incredible because what it does is it makes people less risk averse. Did I land? Yeah, I made it. You know, if a game's on Games Pass, there's less of a feeling of like, you know, well, I don't want to spend 15, 20 bucks on this game if I don't know if I'm, you know, if I think I'm not going to play it. It's not worth it in that case. And so something like the Games Pass kind of solves that, where you're just like, oh yeah, let's install it, run it via the Game Pass and see if it's good. And that's a little bit easier. I know a couple who regularly refer to their kid as Womb Goblin. I hope the kid is not sentient yet, because I think that would definitely open up some very strange questions, unless that kid is like super chill with way too many things. A consensus online is a lump sum and then pennies on the dollar for downloads. Yeah, that's what I figured it was. Which is like, it's fine. Alright. Gotta actually catch the wind. It's fine. I think a lot of times the actual bonus money that these developers get from Microsoft is very much worth it. I'm really curious if there's actually stuff underwater that I have to worry about. Yeah, just like Epic. Yep. I think also, stuff with the Sony Games Pass, I don't think you, like the developers make much out of it. But at the same time, what it can do is really revitalize like an older game that people might not be interested in, or an indie game that people might perceive as a risk. Frankly, from my perspective, I think the really smart thing would have been, maybe really smart, maybe slightly, the good business option, I would have said, would be to have far loan sales available on the Game Pass, and then add this to the Game Pass like at a later date. Yeah, Bandcamp was bought up by Epic. I don't know how to feel about that one. I don't want to focus on it too much. There goes the deer. I love the deer in this game. They're very pretty. And the environments in general. Okay, can I keep going? Yeah. I'm so terrible at catching wind while sailing. I have the sailing merit badge from Scouts. I told this story while I was doing the demo, but I might as well reiterate it. Where I literally could not figure out how to catch the wind, because the person teaching the merit badge didn't really know either. Or at least were absolute garbage at explaining it. So instead what happened was, we just catch the wind as best as possible, and then couldn't figure out how to sail against the wind, or like zigzag or any of that stuff. So what we did instead was we just go, we would go until we lost the wind, and then I'd pull the boat until we gained the wind back, or got back to the dock. It was just like a little sunny, so it wasn't so bad. Oh, whoops. I don't actually have to hold square for this one. Zigzagging is easy. Only if you know how to do it. It's like... That's like saying crocheting is easy, you just gotta know how to do it. And it's like, well, yes, that is in fact true. So what is this game? Is it like a walking sim with some small puzzles? Yeah, but it's a little bit more involved. You know, for most walking sims, you're just walking from point A to point B. This has a little bit more going on with it than just, puzzles. Or than just, like, point A to point B. Even traversal here, if you notice, I've got, the flag, the windsock, effectively. That tells me where my optimum, sail placement is so I can have maximum speed. Which I think is actually a really cool system. But there's some buildings that I just went past, and if I had had my sail out, it would have bonked on them and actually done some damage to my ship. And so I have to constantly keep the windsock in that kind of light blue cyan section at the top of the pole, which ensures maximum speed, but I also have to make sure I don't bonk on anything. Either, you know, overhangs or things in the background. And then routinely, which we're coming up on one of them, I have to get out and actually solve some kind of environmental puzzle. Oftentimes, it'll actually result in a major upgrade to my ship? I mean, straight up, I'm pretty sure it's kind of a modified version of the car from the previous game-ish. But it's different enough that it's a boat. Which is confusing. Okay, nope. Other direction. The music is also reactive to how you're doing things. So for example, if you're going at full pace, you get pretty much the full brunt of the music. But if you slow down or even stop, the music changes kind of dramatically. And then, yeah, if it's not immediately obvious, the water levels are rising fairly dramatically, and it's just devouring the local towns. Was that the same issue for Far Lone Sails? I kind of forget. Because I know Far Lone Sails is, as far as I can tell, set in the same universe as this. But it looks more like people had just... Oops. There we go. No. There we go. It was the opposite. Yeah, so it was a big drought. That's what I was thinking. Because, like, I know this one has hella water, but that one... Yeah, it was an apocalyptic wasteland with a lot of earthquakes and volcanoes. Because I thought I had seen a comment from somebody being like, no, it was also, you know, flooding there. And I was like, I am 99% certain it wasn't. Because everything looked dry as heck. And also sad because there was nobody around. Also, there's no reason why I need to be on my ship at the moment. They took all the water and they put it over here. I mean, I would actually very much love to see, you know, kind of a map showing the entirety of the Far series. And, you know, what has happened to this planet. Unless they are actually completely different worlds. It is possible. Alright, now for some turd fuel. Take me away. There we go. Okay. Let's do that briefly. But we gotta go over here. Part 3 takes place on an airship to complete the land, sea, and air trifecta. That actually would be really cool. Whoops. I would enjoy this, but set on an airship. I think that could be really fun. Okay. Because, yeah, we have a map here, but these are all just coordinates. And are there radio frequencies in here? No, it's mostly just maps showing where to go. And yeah, this whole place is just it's just a giant station. Let's just do that. I guess I probably could have actually just grabbed it myself instead. Okay, there's all my cargo just waiting for me. Pleasant. Pretty sure those are all just packages. I don't remember what the packages are for. I hoard them compulsively. But I'm pretty sure that the packages are almost entirely... mostly used for, come on. There we go. I think the packages are mostly used for maybe a couple of achievements. And, like, you can burn them if you need to go faster. It looks like you're heading downriver for the coast, just like the last game. Yeah, maybe. Only a few unique items, if memory serves. Yeah, I just remember grabbing them all thinking they'd be useful for something, and then they just, like, never were. I guess I might as well just keep hopping on this, keep us at max speed. And then we just kind of rest. I really appreciate the technology in this game. It's got that, like, early 1900s vibe to it, but at the same time, it's, like, blown way out of proportion. Everything is so... Well, I mean, I guess we're a small child creature, so maybe it's not that, everything is that big. It's just in comparison to who we are that big. Or it is that big. But yeah, it's this kind of odd coal punk. I think that is a good way of describing it. But that I guess I was talking about this a little bit with the last game, where I'm desperate. No, that's not the right phrasing. No, drop the packages. I crave new and interesting. Nope. Okay, good. I crave new and interesting settings for my video games to be set in. Because I find in a lot of other cases, or in a lot of cases, like, game developers are really lazy about the worlds that they work with. Nope. There's no, is there a dead zone on the controller that I can turn on? It doesn't look like it. Because, yeah, the lack of a dead zone means I keep, flipping backwards and it keeps throwing me off. Oh, this is a thing. Yes. Looks like... I don't know what this is. It looks like bug spray. But, yeah, novelty is highly valued. Yeah. I don't think there's anything else here. I'm just gonna assume we got it all, unless there's something really high up that I've missed. Also looks like there's a ladder on the other side of those boxes, implying that, you know, maybe I could do something with it. That would also have killed the child, but it's fine, whatever. How do you know the character isn't some 120-year-old fantasy creature? Because it hasn't called me Oni-chan yet. Oni-chan? Look, man. I listened to the dub. Judge me. But, like, whenever it is the, like, 1,000-year-old dragon waifu, they always either call me Big Brother, or they're always, like, weirdly horny, and I don't like it. So, if that hasn't happened yet, then I think we can safely say that this is, in fact, a bona fide child creature, as opposed to a, not so bona fide one. Oops. Okay, here we go. I gotta go down there and actually turn on the engines. Kind of forgot about that. Which one of these is... What is this? I don't know what it is. It's a carton of something or other. Oh, right, I have to hit the button. Oh, is this another package? I think it is. Yeah, there we go. I'm just going to pretend I'm a mail delivery boy, and we'll go from there. Oh! Each of these is a new bolt, effectively, to put into this thing. So every time we get an upgrade, it rotates one. That's neat. Okay, let's not break ourselves, because I think the last time I did this, I set a fire. I could also burn the flour. Like an absolute turd burglar. No, I'm gonna put it out there. Let's see. I'm gonna put that in, but I'm not gonna start burning it. Because we want to push this forward. Okay, now we're good to go. There we go. Now I want to keep it out of the green zone. Or at least kind of redlining it, but not in the green zone. Because if we go into the green zone, shit catches fire. Or are we good? I have no idea what this button does. Or did I break it? I broke something. And I don't know how I broke it. Wait. Okay, nope, that's just underwater. How did I break that? Nope, damn it. Did it overheat? I don't think it overheated. Oh no, that moves that on. Okay. Now if I switch this. I'm just gonna let that go, I guess. What is this? Oh, this is some fuel. Okay. I'm gonna put that there. Because I don't think I can tell it to stop or stop burning. So we might as well just let the fuel on that go. But then mostly use the sails. Now, just getting the windsock in the right position. Or, no, we have no wind. So until the windsock is blowing, there's no point in it. Wait. Oh, we just pushed it to the side, I guess. Ish? What happened? Not. It looks like we just jammed it to the side. Didn't break anything. I think we just ran out of juice. Alright. Well. There we go. So that's the game so far. I mean... What? What? Oh. I can't move. How do douse fire? Oh. There we go, fire warden. Instead of wasting our fuel on nothing. What is going on here? Oh, air versus water. Huh. Okay, we have this structure. Oh, well, looks like it came with its own miscellaneous cargo. This is so very dangerous. Like, being underwater and then dropping a giant thing. Like, get stuck and then you're dead. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is just fuel. Okay, so we're out of demo territory? Yeah. Yeah, we honestly, actually, we just passed demo territory, so if you've seen the demo, then, you've seen it, more or less everything, up until this point. It looks like there's a ladder here, but it doesn't want me to. I'm just gonna put this here. I don't know if we're gonna need a light for anything. Maybe you can breathe underwater? Yeah, but even then, like, breathing underwater ain't gonna help you if you're pinned underneath, debris. Like, it's just, that's just a bad idea. And a bad place to be. Like, what is this? Because I've seen a couple of these, and I don't know. Because it's not fuel. It's kind of lighter fluid. Okay, so it is fuel. It's just a different type of fuel. Can I put it into the engine, or is that going to cause problems? Okay, it's fine. I'm just afraid to put foreign substances into my burner. Okay. Just gonna move all of my fuel in there. There we go. I think there was one more. There it is. A mysterious bundle. Honestly, if I were this child, I would just take a break every once in a while and just pop one of these open and see what you get. There's a little bit of trouble getting out of the water. Okay. Wait, where's... Oh, wait, no. There's the plant. I was like, I wonder if I can put a plant on the hook, but then again, I could absolutely accidentally screw up. I don't think there's any wind, so I'm pretty sure I can't go forward with this, but I'm gonna try it all the same. Oh, the back hook's... Oh, yeah, the wind's against me, I think. Or just, no, totally dead. Alright. Well, makes it easy enough. Back to setting shit on fire. Boop. Okay, I think I need more juice. There we go. What else have we got? Because I should keep an eye out to see if there's anything interesting along the way. Especially underwater. Hunter's addicted to loot crates, confirmed. I mean... I wouldn't say I'm addicted to loot crates, but I am more than willing to whale in a game. If it's a game that I like, or if it's a game I'm recording, I will 100% whale just because. Kind of going along with the piracy thing a little bit. I guess I'm slightly obsessed with the idea of paying my dues. You know, that, like, if I think somebody deserves to be paid for their effort or their product, I absolutely want to make sure that I'm not involved in that process, but I'm not trying to be stingy, if that makes sense. And so, like, if there's a game that I really, really support, you know, I will potentially buy a second copy for somebody I know and think that they might enjoy the second copy. If there's a radar on the ship for loot? What? At the moment, or... Whoops. I have wind now. You're right, I do. Next to the boiler. Oh yeah, it does actually just reabsorb the fuel. Well, that's nice. I'd have to ask them if they're alright with getting a copy. That's fair. I made the mistake once. Gosh, what was it? My office, when I worked at a real human being job, rare as that is, you know, the fact that I only did that twice. But back when I actually had, like, normal person employment, whoop. Well, that's inconvenient. Where's the repair juice? I put it up here. And we're dead in the water. Yeah, so the sails are destroyed. A little bit. You can fix them up. So it's not so bad. I'm just gonna put this out here. I still got a couple of charges left. Anyway. So working regular human job, we were doing a, we were doing a white elephant. It's a white elephant? No, it was a Secret Santa. Oh. Oh, that thing. This thing here is the radar? No. Sails? What are you doing? Oh my god. What are my sails doing? I guess just had to bring it back. I don't think they took any damage there. That's you just look for the bubble trails. Yeah, that's fair. Let's see. Gosh, it really does seem like just keeping my sails down for a while is probably the right idea. I don't even know if you can really run out of fuel in this game. At least maybe not that often. I'll just try and be as efficient as possible. What was I going to say? I was going to say things. Okay, I'm going to grab the plant. We're going to move it inside. I'm going to put it here. Right here. That's a good spot for the plant, unless it's not a good spot for the plant. We've also seemed to be on some rapids, so maybe I just kind of let the engine burn out and just let it carry us. Maybe. Nah. We'll go at regular speed. Let's see. Anyway, so the thing I was going to say about this gifting thing was this is back in 2012, 2013. No, it was the end of 2013 going on 2014. And that looks like a bonk. Huh. Well, I got some of my, almost all of my cargo. Okay. Wait, what? Already? Is there anything back here? Nope. Huh. I don't know what to say. I was not expecting to lose my boat so early. Though my assumption is that, we get it back in some form fairly quickly. I mean, that's the entire back half, though. Well, there's some of my stuff. Oh no. I didn't lose anything. I mean, shit's broken. But all my stuff is still there. Okay, there goes the repair juice. Yeah, so the stuff that was on the back that I was trying to rescue looks like it's here. Though some of this wasn't here, because I don't think this lighter fluid was. And yeah, friend plant is still very much alive. And then yeah, it does look like there's a repair thing below me. The radar is actually really helpful. I'll keep that in mind. There it is. I think this was another piece of cargo. I think they gave me extra. Coal. Maybe? Or is that it? No, it looks like that was it. We have no wind. Well, my poor boat lost its ass. But, I mean, the rest of it's functional, so onwards, I guess. There's also a bottom door. It's true. Gosh, where was I before the tsunami hit? I was in a completely different thing. I think I was just talking about... Oh, right! The stupid white elephant thing. So this is like back in the early days of indie gaming being a thing. And I worked at a game studio. And so we were doing like a Secret Santa deal. And I said like, alright, what if I bought like a bunch of really neat looking indie games that I think are cool? And so for like my Secret Santa, you know, I give a bunch of games that I think are really, really neat. And so for the Secret Santa thing, I more or less just handed the guy the envelope with a bunch of the Steam keys, like, printed out on them with, like, little information on about each game that I'd given, and, like, I put a lot of thought and work into it of, like, hey, these are some of the best. So, like, Thomas Was Alone. I don't think I gave Binding of Isaac. I think I did give Braid. Gosh, what other... There are some good ones. Maybe Risk of Rain and a couple others. But yeah, it was a lovely little idea as far as I was concerned. Oh. It knocked loose all of my cargo in here. Well, I guess I'll just use this. I need to clean up. There we go. But yeah, so I put a lot of effort into it. And more or less said, like, yeah, I'll just give him the keys and, you know, see if he likes any of them. And, here's the thing about Steam. It tells you if somebody's redeemed your gifts. He hasn't. It's been 9 years. And I still have those gifts sitting in my Steam, like, my Steam gifts library, more or less. He did not redeem a single key that I gave him as part of the Secret Santa. And I am still a little cheesed off about it because, like, I put a lot of effort into thinking about it. And, I mean, luckily I don't need to worry about it. We weren't actually particularly close, and I got laid off from that place, you know, 2 weeks later, so it wasn't so bad. At least give them to someone else. I think I will at this point. I've just mostly kept them around because, like, you know, maybe someday he will, but at this point I think he's just totally forgotten about them. But that, I was the last time that I give unsolicited games to somebody that I don't know that well. At the very least. But I'll totally give, like, random games to my brother. And I'll hope he plays some of them. I think he does. I think he just doesn't have as much time as I do. Let's see. Anything else? I guess the other thing is I could very much just rely on the radar every once in a while. Does Steam tell you if you already own those games? Yes, mostly. There's a couple of... What is this thing? Oh no, that's just a rock. So if their profile is public or if they're on your friends list, you can absolutely see if a person owns a game or not. So, like, I could, for example, look at, I think, Mini Burgle and be like, yeah, he owns this game and this game. And, like, I could definitely do it with, like, Rito or something. Though, every once in a while, I have, like, there are friends that will 100% just keep their entire profile private. Oh, I see. It's because we're slowing down. I guess I should probably keep going because the windsock ain't doing it. Boy, weird. I'll go like a little bit. It's telling me there's some fuel nearby. Or at least it was? Not seeing it, and I'm probably missing whatever's cool up here. Seagulls. That's what's cool. I'm just gonna kind of chill out front. Because we've probably got another puzzle town. Maybe. I guess I should go back in and check. Because the radar is saying that there is... Oh. There's one or two things down below. There's one thing down below, but one or two up above. And also we're stuck. Well, I guess that solves the issue. Let's try going down first. Boop. Let's see if there's anything down here. Yes and no. It's got to be on the other side, and I'm pretty sure I should 100% be able to squeeze through that, but no dice. Uh-oh. Don't do that. Camera angle get bad. I have 2 copies of Minion Master that was given to me from some mailing list. No idea what to do with. Didn't Minion Master go, like, free to play too? Actually, so to be entirely honest, I actually rather like that game. Wait. Idea. Yep. Haha. I was like, I gotta be able to get up here somehow. The answer is, of course. This is how.